Monument Avenue is one of Richmond's most beautiful streets. Along with Jackson Ward, is one of only two National Historic Landmark districts in the city. But my fellow Richmonders, something is wrong with this picture. It's the story told by the Confederate monuments that give the street its famous name and have defined its landscape for more than a century. It was written in stone and bronze more than 100 years ago, not only to distort history by lionizing the architects and defenders of slavery, but also to perpetuate the tyranny and terror of Jim Crow and usher in a new era of white supremacy. These inanimate objects were designed to do what the Confederate generals and the racist ideologues they depict could not: keep the free African people in Virginia in bondage. In fact, it was nostalgia masquerading as history. Part of the false narrative, the alternative facts, if you will, that we will begin to fact check starting today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our time. It's our responsibility to set the record straight today. It is my belief that without telling the whole story, these monuments constitute a default endorsement of a shameful period in our nation and in our city. And that is why I'm pleased to announce the creation of the Monument Avenue Commission. The job of this commission will be to solicit input, public input, and make recommendations to the mayor's office on how to best tell the real story of these monuments. I have also asked the commission to look into and solicit public opinion on changing the face of Monument Avenue by adding new monuments that would reflect a broader, more inclusive story of our city. That is our goal. I know there's pain in the history of our city. This is about our future. And if we want to redefine our city's future, we must correct the mistakes of its past here in the present. We have a chance to advance the truth, the complete truth, by using these symbols not for celebration, but as tools to educate. I wish these monuments had never been built, but whether we like it or not, they are part of our history of the city. And removal would never wash away that stain. The hate that built them will not go away just because you tear it down. Doesn't start, nor will it end because of some statues on a tree-lined street. It resides in hearts and minds. And the way to change hearts is to educate minds. 100 black Virginians served in the two houses of the General Assembly, or in the Constitutional Convention of 1867 and 1868. By 1889, there were only 4 black legislators left. By the turn of the century, as Jim Crow took hold, there were no more black legislators in Virginia until 1968. Right now, you won't find that on any monument on Monument Avenue. See, having complete history is important. Right now, Arthur Ashe stands alone as the only true champion on that street. Nevertheless, Richmond's history includes other champions, of course, like the United States Colored Troops, who marched into the city on April 3rd, 1865, and raised the American flag. We were the capital of the Confederacy, and are the city and the home of the first African-American governor of the United States of America, L. Douglas Wilder.